Today on Tokyo Portfolio, we're doing something a little bit different. We're right here in Kyoto, and right behind me we have 4 Machiya, or traditional Japanese homes. So before we go into the first one, let's go see the area.
There's not much to be said about Kyoto that you don't know already. This former capital of the country is part of the golden route of Tokyo to Kyoto to Osaka that many first-time visitors to Japan will take. Near these townhouses are the Nijo Castle, the pristine Kyoto Gyoen National Garden, and the upscale Karasuma Oike neighborhood. The Machiya in this video are absolutely stunning, but they didn't always look like this. If you want to see what they may have looked like before, check out this video on Chris's channel about the horrors of renovating a Machiya yourself, of course after you're done watching this. Now, let's go back to the property.
So stepping inside the first of the 3 that we're going to see today, you can see you have a lot of little rocks all over the place. This is a traditional doma, as they call it. So in a normal house in Japan, a newer one, you would have the genkan, where you take off your shoes. So in the older ones, you'll have these large places called the doma. It's the same thing. Just take off your shoes right here and step inside. So first thing you do when you come into your Machiya, of course, is to go to the bathroom, which is right over here. So easy access from the entrance. And once you're inside, you can step right into this beautiful little living space. And this originally used to be a storefront. In fact, most Machiyas would have the store in the front and then the living quarters in the top and maybe a little bit of like a kitchen in the back on the first floor. And this is no different, except for this place, they decided to move the kitchen a little bit. In fact, you have a kitchen right over here. This is, as my cameraman said, a kitchen that Gordon Ramsay would be proud of. It's a single burner, induction heat, little stove over here. You have your sink over here as well. And this, which I absolutely love, you have the old school window that leads into your little cabinet above here. But if you think about it, you're not gonna really be cooking that much if you're in here. You're in the middle of Kyoto, you're gonna wanna go out all the time. But say you have something in here that you want to heat up, then you could just take it right over here and sit in your kotatsu. So if you don't know what this is called a kotatsu, and you have a heating element on the inside of this table. It's great in the middle of winter. So yeah, you can just chill here while your feet are all nice and toasty. So coming up to the second floor, you can see you have this little lounge space right here. It's a 3 tatami mat room. And when I say it's a 3 tatami mat room, yes, there are 3 tatami mats in here, but tatami mats are actually used as a unit of measurement in Japan. Each one of these is about 1.52 square meters, or about 17 square feet, just for one of these. But yeah, this is a nice thing to have once you've warmed up your feet downstairs, and right before you want to go to bed, you want to have maybe a little read or listen to some music in the included little turntable over here. And what I like about this is it even has Bluetooth in it, so you can just pair it with this little guy and listen to the new age steppers. Haven't heard of these, but I'll definitely take a listen. Now, after you're done with that, of course, you want to take a nice sleep. So let's go see the bedroom. So stepping into the room right next to that little lounge, of course, you have your bedrooms where you will rest for the night. And it's quite cozy in here, not too small, not too confined, nice high ceilings as well, and 2 beautiful little beds right here with some nice lighting right next to that as well. Love this. Looks like it's a handmade little wooden lamp. But one other thing to note about this is the most Japanese-y one of the 3 that we're going to be seeing today. And of course, you have your tokonoma right over here, complete with cat picture. Well, the owner seems to like cats a lot. So without further ado, let's go see the second one. So this is the interior of the second house. And first off, we're in the entrance right here. As you can see, it's a lot different than the first house's entrance. It's a lot smaller. That was the big doma. This is more of the genkan, as they call it these days. So yeah, a more modern approach to it. And in fact, you'll see this whole house is a lot more modern than the first one. They went for kind of a modern Japanese mix kind of thing. But right in front of the entrance, you have your bathroom. And I love this bathroom. You have so many little details, even the little lock that you use to lock this door right over there, which is great. But stepping in, you have a more or less standard Japanese bath. You can see it's quite spacious and deep. Oof, maybe for you and a kid or something like that. And yeah, you have all the different features that a normal Japanese bath would. You have the water reheating feature down here that you use after you've showered and gotten into your bath and just want to chill for a little bit. Oof. But coming out of your bath, and after you've washed up and everything with that sink right there, you can see you have your living space right here. And again, the whole theme of this one is modern Japanese, so you do have some tatamis right here, but as you can see, they're square. So these are called ryukyu tatami. These are originally from Okinawa, and they are square, as you can see. And these are green ones as well. I love how they look and feel under my feet. So before you unwind in this beautiful living room, I would definitely get something to eat or drink, which you can do in this combination kitchen and washroom over here. You can see you have everything kind of all in one space. Again, sink, little heater, and little mini fridge and microwave down there. Just enough to have a little snacky snack right before you sit down again in your little living room. But just with the first place, right next to the living room, you have your outdoor garden as well, which you can just take a look at, and it's even lit up so you can see that at night, which I quite like. So this whole Machiya is a bit larger than the first one, if you couldn't tell already. It's actually a 2-bedroom. You have your first bedroom over here, complete with your full bed, and yeah. I'd say it's quite nice in here. You even have your little access to your garden right there too. But there's even another bedroom right upstairs, so let's go see it. So we're upstairs now, and right before you get to the second bedroom, you have your toilet over here, so that's great. But as you can see, the second bedroom is a lot larger than the first one, and it even has a stage up here. Well, the owner of this is a musician, so I guess that would make sense to have the stage in here. And again, with this one, you have your ryukyu tatami mats over here with your one futon here, and because they're trying to go for a bit of a more modern swing with this room, or this machi I should say, you have actual beds in here too. So you can easily fit 5 people in this machi at once. But let's go see the last one. So coming inside this is the last one we're going to see today. You can see, well, first off, you're in a huge room compared to the second one, more like the first one, but they've updated it with some nice little features like this little counter space over here, which you can use to just chill. You know, maybe one of your friends or something is taking too long to get ready, so you can just wait here for them. Another thing that I love about this is if you step over here, you'll see this whole rack here. And as you can see, you can use it for maybe putting your umbrellas there or just hanging a coat off of it or something like that. Or if you're a little kid, maybe climbing up it. I would not recommend that. Do not do that. But without further ado, let's go see the living room. So stepping into the living room, you can see right away that you have these beautiful blonde wood panels all over the place. And wood panels kind of fell out of fashion, but I think that this blonde wood kind of brings it back into fashion. It's beautiful. And as you can see, you have this pretty spacious, if anything, living room, dining room, kitchen set up, and we'll get to the kitchen in a minute. But I want to show you something that I'm not sure if you actually noticed. You might see you have this little stream of light coming right through here. But if you just open these guys up, you will see you have a hidden laundry machine in here. Yes, they've actually managed to hide all of the parts so you don't really want to see right back here. And well, I just showed it to you, sorry about that. But it's good to see where everything is and show that this is actually a livable space. But again, right over here, very modern interior. Everything about this is mostly modern with a little bit of Japanese influence, just like this shoji screen over here. And also, of course, your garden in the back. And this is my favorite garden of the 3. It's not the biggest of them, but it's the one that you can see the most of, at least in the living room. But right next to that is the bathroom. So coming into the bathroom, you can see you have the nice, again, wood panel. This is hinoki, so this is a Japanese kind of wood. And you step into here. This is the most traditional thing about this entire Machiya is, well, the bath. So old school baths in Japan used to be either made out of wood or, in the case of this one, steel. When was the last time you saw a steel bath? But I quite like it. It's a little cold if you don't have any water in it, but yeah, once you have your water in it, it's nice and warm, and of course you have the water reheater in it, so you won't get cold in here at all. So once you finish your bath, you can go right over to the sink over here and just wash your face and get everything else ready. And what I like about this is you have a nice little medicine cabinet right behind there too, all custom made, as you can see. So once you're done washing up and getting ready for night, well, you might want to have a night cap. So let's go get one in the kitchen. Hello? Oh, is that somebody who's not subscribed? Oh, you better do that soon. Subscribe, guys. And we're right next to the kitchen, right here. That was the worst subscription thing I've ever seen in my life, but this is one of my favorite kitchens I've ever seen in my life. It's small, but it's useful. You have plenty of storage down here, and of course, you have plenty of counter space over here. So once you've had your nice little nightcap, well, it's time to go upstairs and see the beds. So coming up these latticed wood stairs, I just love how they look, and they bring in a lot of natural light too. Well, we're in the bedroom area, but before we go into the bedrooms, I want to show you this right here. You may have noticed these downstairs, but these are the switches for every single room. And if you look closely at these switches, you might notice that they look like guitar amp switches, and in fact, that's because they are. And the reason being is that the owner of this place is in fact a musician, as I said before, and he wanted to kind of show his little, touches of musicness, even down to the details like this. But let's go see the first room up here, which may look like a living room, yes, but this is actually a pull-out couch, so this is technically a bedroom as well. You could even tell because it has a secret little closet over here. And one thing to notice, I did a little gag downstairs with the phone, but this is actually a completely working phone. You can actually dial and receive calls on here. And yeah, it does make a noise when you call it, but that's very cool. Now, let's go see the last bedroom. So coming into the last room, and this is actually my favorite room of all the houses that we've seen today. This is the master bedroom for this Machiya. And you can see it's very spacious, and of course you have these really high ceilings due to it being directly below the roof. And normally in an old house like this, even on the top floor, they would have really low ceilings, but he decided to completely raise the ceilings and just give you this kind of modernist version of a Japanese bedroom. I love everything about it, but my favorite part is right over here with, of course, the hidden storage that is right in this wall. So what was your favorite of the three today? Well, leave a comment below. And also, be sure to watch Chris's video on the reasons not to buy an unrenovated Machiya.